You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
Going to be brutal. Trump's dangerous July 4th finale hit with ominous predictions based on an article by Alexander Willis. Trump's fireworks, federal risk, and the theater of neglect. A spectacle with a known bill. Trump announced a record-breaking fireworks show for the National Mall and bragged that it would be the largest in history. Internal National Park Service documents now say the event is expected to create dangerous pollution and very unhealthy conditions severe enough that people nearby were told to wear N95 masks and stay indoors as much as possible. That is the story, not the chatter around it. The state knew the hazard and the spectacle was still authorized. Power sits with the man who ordered it. This is not an accident unfolding in spite of leadership. Trump made the decision, set the scale, and turned a public celebration into a personal display of excess. Around 850,000 fireworks are expected to be launched. That kind of magnitude is not a festive flourish. It is an executive choice that imposes risk on everyone else. The people reacting on social media are not the decision makers. They are witnesses. The institutional power belongs to the president and the agencies carrying out the event. The rebel scandal is normalization. The softer framing here is that critics are worried the show could become a disaster. That wording blurs the basic fact that officials already anticipated harmful air conditions. When the Park Service tells people to mask up and stay inside, the event is no longer harmless pageantry. It is government-sanctioned exposure to pollution for the sake of ego and optics. The coverage should not linger on commenters joking about the White House catching fire. The deeper issue is that federal institutions are being used to stage a dangerous vanity project, then asked to treat the resulting hazard as an unfortunate side effect. Who gets blamed and who gets protected? The source gives outsized attention to critics' reactions while the underlying chain of responsibility is plain. Trump announced the show, federal land managers prepared for it, and the public is left to absorb the consequences. That imbalance matters. It shifts attention from decision and authority to commentary and spectacle. That is how political harm gets laundered. The people with power create the risk. Everyone else is asked to react more responsibly than the people who caused it. Not a safety lapse, a governing style. This is the same pattern everywhere in Trump politics. Inflate the event, ignore the costs, let public institutions absorb the damage, and then present the fallout as controversy rather than governance. The show is not merely loud. It is a demonstration of how recklessness becomes policy when power is concentrated in one personality and accountability is treated as an inconvenience. The lesson, the political meaning here is not that one fireworks show is too ambitious. It is that federal authority can be bent toward useless grandeur while the public is told to cope with the smoke. That is not mismanagement in the abstract. It is a governing style built on spectacle, denial, and the assumption that other people will bear the consequences. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to Raw Story for today's article, with the automated voice of Arctic. Thanks for listening.